If I look back over the past 10, 15, 20 years, we do a lot more complex deal work. So for our enterprise business, we do negotiations with enterprise customers for big global networks. These can be, 20 million, 50 million, 100, $200 million deals. 20 years ago, we would have had maybe a couple of lawyers in-house doing it with heavy involvement from outside counsel, a lot of complex issues, tax issues, cross-border jurisdictional issues, regulatory issues, and more. Over time, we have shifted that almost entirely in-house. We've built up our capabilities and our expertise in-house, and now we rarely use outside counsel except for very narrow, targeted issues that come up in specific contract negotiations. That's one area. M&A is another area. We still use outside counsel quite heavily, but we have a pretty robust in-house team that does a significant amount of the work in-house. We've certainly shifted that in-house so that it's not that we've moved it all in-house as we have with complex deals, but we've certainly shifted the balance between in-house and outside counsel. There are a lot of other areas that, not just recently, but certainly if you go back 20 years, board governance, we have a very robust in-house presence doing that. Things like litigation, we still do a lot more with outside counsel simply because you have to have someone in every jurisdiction. You're not going to have someone in-house sitting in every jurisdiction ready to go into court, and it tends to be very time consuming and it's very spiky, the workload, and so you rely heavily on outside counsel for that. The choice in whether we do something in-house versus using outside counsel is going to come down to a couple of factors. One, there may be a very specific expertise that we need that is a one-time case, a one-time issue. It simply doesn't make sense to have an in-house expert for that. You want to go to outside counsel only if and when you need them. That's one area. A second is geographic expertise. It may be that we have an issue quite a lot in the US, but you don't need a lawyer like that in Peru. But when an issue does come up, then you just get outside counsel outside of the US, wherever it may be. And so jurisdictionally, we have a very robust team in places like the US, UK, other markets. But markets where we don't have as big a presence, you may want to rely more heavily on outside counsel. A third area is sort of a cost-benefit analysis. It's just how much of that thing needs to be done. If it's something that we know on a sustained basis we will have work in a certain area going on for years, it makes sense to do it in-house. If it's sporadic, if it comes up once this year and then will come up again next year, but no real continuity there, it makes more sense again to go to outside counsel.